In this video, I'm going to show you how you can export subscriber data to any kind of CRM, and we are using Integromat as a third-party platform for this. So in order to do this, we need a few things, right? I've set up a flow first where I'm going to ask for a subscriber's email, going to set the email opt-in if we want to send emails through the chatbot platform itself, and then we are going to export this data to Integromat by means of a webhook, and we can then send that data from Integromat to HubSpot. So let me guide you through the steps because it's pretty easy to do. First of all, we have the flow. We are going to ask for the email, set the email opt-in, perfect, we will contact you shortly as a confirmation message, and then we will go to add content, actions, and you have two things to choose here, two options to choose from. You can either say trigger Integromat, and once doing so, you will be able to trigger it directly with the built-in application. But for me, it's a little bit limited because I want to make sure that I choose what kind of data that's going to be exported to Integromat. And the way to do this really easily is just by using external API request. If we go in, then we will need a request type of post because we are sending information to Integromat. And the only thing we need here is a URL and the body we want to export, so the data we want to export. If we take a look in the body section, you can either do full user data, which is basically the same as the Integromat integration inside of Elegant Bots, but we can also do JSON ads. And a JSON body is really easy because it's an open curly bracket with a closing curly bracket, and you have data in between. And the data starts off with a quote. And for example, if I want to export the first name, then we are going to end with a quote, going to do a colon, and then we can fill in any kind of data with the ones we want to. So if we want to have the first name variable, we can do so just by pressing a quote again to close. And actually we need a quote at the beginning as well. Then to indicate that there is more data coming, we need to have a comma as well. Then we go to the next line, do exactly the same thing, but then for last name. And let's grab the last name variable. There we go. And the last line I want to export is the email. And the email will be the email variable. Now, if you are ending the data, then you will need to remove the comma at the end step. So it will be just the variable and then the closing curly bracket. This indicates that the JSON body has now been completed. And this is only what we need. So let's go into Integromat. Let's create a new scenario. Let's press skip. And let's search for the module called webhook. Takes a few seconds to load. Let's go with webhook. And let's see where we have. There we have the webhook. Let's choose custom webhook. And you can create your own webhook. I already have one. So let's say Elegant Bots demo. We can say redetermine data structure. Copy the address to the clipboard. So that's basically the webhook URL. We are going back to the request URL inside the external request. Just paste in that body. Just paste in that URL and then go to the test request. Let's say test now. And it says JSON body is not correct. So let's see what I did wrongly here. And that's the quote at the end. So be sure to check your body. It needs to be between quotes. So let's test it again. There we go. And if we take a look in Integromat, you will see a 1 and you will see a successfully determined reply. So the next step is we exported all the data that we wanted to Integromat. And now the next step is to export the data from Integromat over to HubSpot. So if we take a look first at my HubSpot account, you'll see that the contacts are empty. So let's press the plus icon. Let's go with HubSpot. HubSpot CRM. If you did not create an account already here or connected your account, you won't need to go through the installation process, but it's step by step, so that should not be an issue. Let's say we are going to create and update a contact. There we go. We're going to look for all the data. So let's say contact information. And then we can fill in all the details. So if we want to fill in the email, you will see that we have the webhook data here. So we have the first name, the last name, and the email, right? Because we exported that inside this external request over to Integromat. So Integromat already received this. So let's say we want to have the email, just press it. Same goes for first name and last name. You can just either press it or just drag it to the available columns. If you're done, just press OK. Let's save this. And let's test out this scenario. So let's put it online immediately, activate it, and then let's see if the contact, if this really works. So let's head over to the flow. Let's press save. Let's publish the flow itself. And let's preview this. So somebody comes into this flow, sees the following. What is your email? Let's press it. Perfect, we will contact you shortly. Let's see. So that's this confirmation step. And let's see if the information is being exported to Integromat. And Integromat does its job to export it to HubSpot. So let's head over to HubSpot. Let's refresh and let's see if we have the new contact in our CRM. And as you can see, we have the name, first name, last name. We have the email. So this is the way you can easily export your subscriber data to any CRM you want to. I use HubSpot in this case, but using Integromat as a third-party connector, you are able to connect to any kind of platform you want to really, really easily. And the advantage over Integromat over Zapier is that you can visually see what you are doing instead of doing it in a step-by-step block down. You will have a flow builder like you have inside your Elegant Bots platform, right? So this is a much more visual way of setting up your automation. As you can see here, you have a flow builder here, you have a flow builder inside of Integromat, which is really easy to use. So try it out yourself, and if you have any questions, let us know.